is being taken advantage of, whether we like it or not.
By the way,
I'm
sorry.
You're ruining my flow.
I know.
What?
It looks like it's not the real Boston Wrestling. Someone baited me. Someone tricked me. All right, go ahead.
That's great.
I've been tricked.
It wasn't him?
No.
That's hilarious. Well, you know what?
Well.
Whales can't type. Whales can't type. They have fins. They can't type. Obviously, whether we like it or not, the theme has been pricks taking advantage of legends. So let's, can I get your opinion on...
I've been quiet for a long time.
Apparently
this
so.
This is 7 months that built up.
Apparently so.
7 months of built up, brother.
Can we get your opinion on the amazing James Harris, also known as Kamala, being taken advantage of? Can you give us some thoughts on what Kamala was put
and
through?
not by Dan Marati, by Vince McMahon.
Kamala.
I didn't hear that.
How about Kamala's story about being taken advantage of? Since we're on the subject of great wrestlers being fucked over, can you tell us some thoughts on Kamala's, misfortunes in his career, being underpaid?
Unfortunately, I never seen his paycheck.
Oh shit!
I never did. I know he was doing better than me.
Okay. Was he eating any decent chicken, or I got to get back to the chicken.
I know he did good.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't travel with him. Mm-hmm. I mean, I rode with him a couple of times, overseas and stuff. But I didn't see his paycheck, so I don't know exactly what went on between him and Vince. I know in his book, he don't speak very highly of what happened to him. Mm-hmm. But I talked to Steve Labate, and Steve Labate said he saw him check. He said Kamala check was bigger than my checks. See, a lot of guys, not
Kamala's
just Kamala.
check should be bigger than the Brooklyn Brawler's
Well, yeah,
check.
but see, a lot of guys, they felt they should make what Hogan made.
Right.
There was a lot of guys like that, that really felt, that would happen with me in One Man Game when he was, what that thing, One Man Game played?
Akeem?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't want to work with me when I was doing Saba Simba.
Okay.
He wanted to work with Hogan.
Okay.
So all the heels wanted to work with Hogan so to make the big paycheck. So there was a lot of guys in wrestling. There's a lot of jealous. See, when I first broke into business, the promoter taught me never tell what you make, because it makes the other guys jealous. I mean, if I tell a guy I made $1,500 a night, this guy made $500, he'd piss. Especially if he was my opponent.
I'm just curious. Were you always cool with Hulk Hogan behind the scenes? Because the beginning of his career starts with you at Shea.
I love Hogan.
Okay.
Me and Hogan been friends from day one. We rode together in Georgia when he first started. In fact, me and Tommy Wildfire Rich went to Ole Anderson and told Ole, because at that time I beat Dennis Condrey for the belt, and they had no big heels. All the heels were getting, the heels were getting smaller and smaller and smaller. They had no big heels. All the big heels had left and went to AWA or went to WWF or somewhere. So Georgia at that time, if you look at that period when I beat Dennis Condrey for the belt, they had no big heel. So when Hogan came in, Tommy Wildfire Rich said, "Boy, this is great. We should get shoot an angle with Tony Atlas and Hogan, this guy, because he's big enough to really get heat on me." Because I was in such good shape then. I was 286 pounds with a 4% body fat. So I was muscular, 286 pounds, and I was the biggest wrestler in the territory. Where to be a babyface, you have to get the people's sympathy. So when I couldn't sell for nobody, because it didn't look right. I was bigger than the guy, so it was kind of like Mark Henry wrestling Hogswallow or something, and Mark Henry is flying all over the ring for Hogswallow. To the fan, that don't look right. So Tommy Rich tried to get Hogan, and then what Ole Anderson said, this guy will never draw any money in this business. Then my Ole Anderson exact words about Hulk Hogan. This guy will never make anybody money in this business. Then one time I was going to wrestle him in Madison Square Garden. God rest his soul. I loved him like a father. He treated me like a son. I'm not bad-mouthing him. I was going to wrestle Hulk Hogan in the garden. Vince Sr. was running things then. Vince Jr. was an announcer. Vince Sr. said, "What you want to do with the big dummy?"
The big dummy?
They never got interested in Hogan. The people that made Hulk Hogan was Sylvester Stallone. When Hogan got in that movie, that what did it. If you look back, I mean, every time Hogan wrestled me, he put me over. Hogan put me over every time I wrestled him. They wasn't pushing Hogan. They had no use for this guy,
Interesting.
Yeah, think about it. Everybody beat Hogan until he got in that movie. Then he went back to what was it?
AWA, right, with Vern.
With Vern.
Yeah.
And Vern gave Hogan his first break. Vern Gagne gave Hogan his first break in this business. And then I was with him in the dressing room and said, we got to get him back. He's selling out everything in Minneapolis. He's selling everything out. Everywhere Hogan went out that movie was a sellout.
Sure.
Sellout.
Sure.
Sellout. Sellout.
Yeah.
Then they brought him back. And he sold out everything in the WWE. So everything that the WWE got, everything Triple H got, everything Vince McMahon got, everything John Cena got, everything Tony Atlas had, everything that all the wrestlers today got, they owe to Hulk Hogan. Hogan do not owe this business nothing. I was there, brother. I was there when it frickin' took off. I mean, I was working underneath preliminary, making $8,000 a week. And I wasn't even one of the top guys. Hogan made so many people. Hogan built WWE. I don't give a crap ass what anybody say. They should treat that man with the utmost fucking respect. There would be nobody could have done it but Hogan.
Right.
Nobody could have done it. They had Jimmy Snuka. They had all these people. They had all these people.
Tony Smith is asking out there, can you tell the story about the time Harley Race almost bit your nipples off?
What?
True.
True?
True.
Would you put whipped cream and strawberries on them? Why would he want to bite your nipples off?
I got a hair up my butt.
You got what?
I got cocky in the ring.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I want to show Harley how tough I was.
Oh, that was a mistake. What are you doing?
So I headlocked him and took him over. Harley said, loosen up.
Oh.
I said, I'll do what I want. Harley took and put my nipple in his mouth and ground it around like this in his teeth. He said, if I bite off your nipple, you can't win no more of them volley bending contests now, can't you? He said, if you don't straighten up out here, he said, I will bite off your nipple and knock your ass out. Now do what I tell you to do.
Wow.
I go, yes, sir, Mr. Race.
This is between headlocks, huh?
Well,
Wow.
I forgot who I was in the ring with.
Yeah, I think
I got
so.
beside myself. I got cocky with Harley in the ring. And then he did a couple of things, took me down on the mat, put me what's called a sugar hope, made me squirm like a little
puppy dog.
a little puppy dog.
Okay.
And then I came to my senses. I said, Tony, I don't care how many muscles you got. Harley Race is not somebody you need to mess with.
Oh, yeah.
And that would have favored me and Harley.
Yeah. And he's a southpaw
And
on top.
I respect him because he showed me that even though I was bigger and stronger,
Right.
I couldn't whoop him.
Right. What makes that in a man, by the way? What was that
Ego.
hidden...
I was eager. I mean, they was see the name of my book is Too Much Too Soon.
No, but how about Harley? What makes that in a man who doesn't look super jacked, but you better watch out for him?
He was raised in the streets,
Okay.
raised up rough. He didn't come from a rich family. He was raised in the street. He was a street fighter.
Okay.
He was just rugged. Just a rugged man, you know. But the nicest person that you ever want to meet in your life.
Right.
But he was just somebody you just want to fight with. That's just
Tony,
don't fight him. You all right with Harley?
I want to
Simple
bring you
enough,
out of the
yeah.
wrestling world for a minute. In New York, Governor Cuomo